Yeah, it's your boy Smoov G, and you are now tuned in to GFG TV. Salute Kings. Yeah.
West. This your boy Big Ray West, and you tuned into GFG TV. Man,
Yeah.
we got a GOAT in the building today, man. Who do we have the privilege of having?
Yeah, it's your boy Smoov G. You already know what it is, man. Salute to Ray West and the whole family, the GFG, man. I love what you're doing, bro. Man, love.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
For people who are just discovering you, who is Smoov G, and what does the G for General stand for?
Well, Smoov G, first off, is a man, you know what I'm saying? I'm also a father, a grandfather as well, you know what I mean? And, I'm just somebody, I'm just a regular guy, man, you know what I mean? And, Smoov is kind of like my alias, my rap name, so on and so forth. And a lot of people think that the G stands for something like that has a street or a gang connotation to it. But the G stands for many things, you know what I mean? At some points, I'm a gentleman. Sometimes I can get gangster if it calls for it. Sometimes I'm in a godly mode, you know what I mean? So the G stands for many things depending on what it is, but it's not tied to nothing negative. It's not tied to anything that's in the streets, you know what I mean? But other than that, man, I'm just a regular guy, man. I like to be around good energy, you know what I mean? Because I came from a lot of bullshit. So, every day I just try to get better, man. That's it.
You proudly represent the east side of Des Moines. Shout out east side.
East side, what's up, baby?
How's growing up in Iowa shaped your perspective and your music?
Man, the east side has, it's, if you listen to my music, you can hear kind of like the whole feel and the spirit of the east side when you listen to my music. It shaped me in so many different ways, man. It's I went through a lot of good times, a lot of, painful times, and it's just shaped me who I am, from seeing my mom on drugs, my father on drugs, uncles on drugs, me getting into the drug game. But it also taught me love, because the east side is almost like one big family, the whole east side damn near knows each other. And so it's almost like, say your mom would be like almost like my mom, mine would be yours, so it shaped everything. Like if you listen to my music, man, everything comes from the east side, man. Yes. Yeah.
Looking back, what first inspired you to become an MC?
I would say the first time that I heard a KRS-One, I heard the song called "Love's Gonna Get You." You know what I mean? And the picture that he painted was so vivid. It was so vivid. I'm thinking like, damn, how could you put your words together like that, but also make it seem like it was a movie? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when I heard that, I'm thinking like, man, let me try this, man, And so, I was writing my little raps and so on and so forth, but it was KRS-One that made me say, you know what? Maybe I could try this. You know what I mean? I sucked, but I got better at it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Your music often feels like autobiographical. How much of what you rap is based on your real life?
I would say 80-20. 80 my real life, 20 just a few, just to entertain, you know what I'm saying? But 80% of it, because I really can't write no other way, you know what I mean? It has to stem from my real life, because I'll get outside of my element if I'm trying to be something that I'm not. You know what I mean? So yes, I say 80, my real life, 20, maybe entertainment. Yeah.
You've been independent throughout your career. Why has staying independent been important to you?
Man, it's very independent, man, because creative control for one. For two, the game is not like how it used to be back in the days. And I've been telling a lot of these young guys, it's not like my demos, here's my demo, listen to my demo, can I get on? You know what I'm saying? And today, independent, it seems more lucrative, it seems more refreshing than trying to sign to a label. You know what I mean? So, being independent, there's so much that comes with it. You got to do your own footwork. You got to use your own money, so on and so forth. But I wouldn't want it no other way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want it no other way. And if I did work with a label, it would have to be where I can maintain my independence as well. Yeah.
So what if theoretically, what if a label came and offered you six figures, but it's like a one album deal. They offered you six figures, but they own the masters, they own everything, but you're gonna get paid. We're gonna put you out, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna do what we need to do for this album to do what it needs to do. Would you be interested in anything like that?
That would be a perfect setup right there for me, because for one, if you're talking about a one album deal and a six figures and something that can contribute towards my family's generational wealth,
Yes, sir.
that would make a whole lot of sense. But if you're talking about six figures locking me into like 5 or 6 albums, then I would have to kind of rethink that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I said, a lot of times, a lot of artists don't even make it to that 5th or 6th album. A lot of times you done spent your advance and the labels dropped you already. You know what I mean? So my thing about it is that if it's a one album deal, that was, and they said they want the masters of that one album. Yeah, I'd do that. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So you've released projects like Pay Homage, the G stands for General, Silent Alpha, King's Entertainment Presents, Move Like the Wind,
King's
National
Entertainment
Smoke Day.
Peasants.
Yeah.
King's
Peasants. Oh
Entertainment,
shit,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, you go.
National Smoke Day and Two Guns. Which project best represents who you are today?
I would say I would say two. Two of them. I would say the G stands for General and Silent Alpha. Yeah. Yeah, those two. And I would say actually all of them, man. Be honest with you. Like I said, I put my real life into all my music, but the one that represents me, I would say Pay Homage 3. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like wrapping it all up. Yeah.
You said that hearing fans tell you that your music has changed their life is your biggest career highlight. Can you share one story that has stayed with you based off of that?
Well, I got a lot of songs, and my songs are kind of reflective. You know what I'm saying? Like you can reflect on the things that I say. You know what I mean? Because that's why I'm more into what I'm saying more than the beat. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm a different type of artist. But I've had songs where people said, man, I've cried, you know what I'm saying? X told me the other day, because I made a song with Tino Ali called Thank God and CP,
Yes, sir.
Crazy, called Thank God. And X said he was just mowing his lawn and, he started to shed a tear, you know what I mean? And when I hear things like that, man, it's like, I do this music more than just trying to be, a rapper and so on and so forth. Like sometimes, man, it's just to change somebody else's life. Sometimes it's to touch the next person. And so I got many songs like that to where I really kind of get into the soul of the person, you know what I mean? And then, when people come and tell me about those things, it's like, man, it makes me feel good because I know that I do this music for more than just one reason. Yeah.
What motivates you to keep recording after all these years?
I tell people all the time, man, you need to stay creative. You know what I mean? We wake up every day doing the things that we have to do. That's like go to work, pay bills, take care of your family, so on and so forth. You have to do those things. You should be doing those things. But you also have to do some things that you love to do. Or I don't care if it's painting. I don't care if it's doing some type of musical instrument, anything. Do something in your life to where you stay creative. Because when you stay creative, that's how you, you keep yourself fresh and young, you know what I mean? And you're also keeping your mental together, you know what I mean? I do it also for the mental, because when you're doing some type of expression through art, it helps you, man. It does. It helps you in so many different ways. And so I continue to keep doing it, man, until I go into something different. That's art, you know what I mean? Like, something that I can latch onto and leave the rap alone, I'll do that. But as of right now, man, music that's what keeps me going, man. Yeah.
Would you say that there's a message that you've been trying to convey throughout your career?
Yeah, my message is to be yourself, man. You know what I mean? Be yourself, man. I don't care what you do in life. Be yourself, because nobody can do you better than you, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main things right there. Be yourself, man. You don't have to be like the next person. You don't have to lower yourself to make somebody else feel better. No, just be yourself, man, and everything will work out in the end. You know what I mean? Let people adjust to you.
When folks hear the name Smoov G years from now, what do you hope they remember?
Somebody who grew up without a father, grew up without a mother, grew up confused, But then also, you know, somebody who found a grip on life and found his way, somebody who started reaching towards positivity, try to change our generational curses, somebody who's done a lot for the community, somebody who always showing up for the kids whenever I can, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just somebody who went from a terrible situation to a better one. That's what I want them to know, you know what I mean? So they can change, hopefully they can take my life and use it in their own.
So your influences include KRS-One, Nas, Tupac, Scarface,
Yes.
Wu-Tang Clan,
Yeah.
8 Ball and MJG.
Yeah.
What's a lesson that you learned from these artists?
Well, you know, the difference between those artists and the artists today is that, yeah, they had some songs with a little bit of the bullshit, but they also had game and they taught me a lot. So those artists that you just named, the Tupac, the Nas, they have a lot of songs, like I said, that you reflect on and you think about your own life. I remember Tupac came out with Dear Mama, and the very situation that he was talking about, hugging on my mama from a jail cell, you know what I'm saying? And I was actually going through that. I was hugging on my mama from a jail cell, you know what I mean? She was in prison. And so, man, you gotta understand how that connects, you know what I'm saying? So when I say these guys are my favorite artists, is that there's something that connects my personal, my real life to the things that they speak on, you know, through the music. And so those artists are the ones that kind of help shape me when I, you know, especially when you don't have a father. Rap almost kind of shaped me, and you got to know who to listen to, you know what I mean, as far as your growth, you know what I'm saying, in life. And those are the people that I listen to, man. They help me out in so many different ways. You know?
How has the writing process changed from your early days to now?
Now I'm working on an album with Mark Divine right now, right? And so when I switch modes, say like my last album with Tino Ali, it was more of song making. You know what I mean? So what happens is that I listen to songs that are more like song making. You have people who are great at song making, so on and so forth. Like Tupac, for an example, he's a great song maker. You know what I mean? So I listen to some Tupac and get into that mode. But now that I'm doing an album with Mark Divine, it's more lyrical now. So now I can't listen to like Kanye West. I can't listen to like the emo rap. I can't listen to like the young nigga rap type shit. You know what I'm saying? I have to listen to like, you know, that straight boom bap, that straight muddy, murky, you know what I'm saying? So it helps me get into that type of bag. So now my writing process today is that I have to get into a certain mode depending on what song that I'm doing. You know what I mean? And then once I get into that mode, I become it. And then that's when it comes out the way it is. That's why I'm so versatile. Yeah.
So when you write a song, how do you approach it first? Do you need the beat first? Do you write the lyrics first? Do you got a message first? How does a song come to life?
Well, shit, you know, I'm a seasoned vet now, you know what I mean? So a lot of times I can write, you know, if you send me the beat, I can write right on the spot. Or if you just tell me that, oh, it's a slow type of beat or a fast type of beat, sometimes I'll write it ahead of time, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily have to hear the beat. But I like to hear the beat though when I do actually make the song, so I can, like I said, so me and the beat can become one, you know. Yeah.
Do you still approach every song like you're trying to prove yourself?
No, I'm not, because I tell people all the time, you know, I rap, but I'm not trying to be a rapper, and so let me explain that. Like a rapper wants to be signed, they want to be seen, they want to be the hottest person out. I'm not in that lane right now. You know what I mean? So, so right now I write. You know, it's one of those things where I try to just stay within my lane, my pocket, and not try to do too much, and try to open the lane up for the younger guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much my position. Yeah.
What separates Smoov G from everyone else making music today?
Versatility, man. Y'all seen me on the songs with the younger guys. Y'all see me on songs with West Coast beats. Y'all see me on songs with down south beats. Y'all see me on songs with East Coast beats. And I learned to approach, you know, the game a little different. You know, when I was young, I was experimenting with so many styles. You know, I really sucked at it when I first started off, especially when we was doing Trespass with Montez and so on and so forth. But I got stronger at doing a whole bunch of styles over the years, and so yeah, my versatility separates me from everybody else.
Is there a song in your catalog that you believe deserves more attention than it has received?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Straight up, there's a lot. One of them is Roller Coaster with Splashy G and Velvet on the production.
Shout out, Velvet.
Yeah. It's one of them songs that represent me in the greatest way. You know what I mean? A calm, chill guy reflecting on life, and I'm talking about how life has its ups and downs. You know what I mean? Those are the type of songs I want people to be like, okay, yeah, that's a Smoov G song right there.
What would you say is one misconception folks have about your music?
Well, a lot of people think it's just street. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have like a, when I write, I like dark type of music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But everybody thinks that my music is just tied to the east side or tied to streets, but it's just talking about my life in general. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's more to me than just Smoov from the streets. You know, and a lot of people think that that's what my music is all about, and it's not.
So, are there any topics that you've like never really touched on in music that you're looking to touch on?
Let's see. That's a good question. Yeah,
It is a good question.
that's an excellent question. I try to touch on everything, man. I just had a song about the OGs and the young guys having disagreements, and I had them going back and forth. I got songs about my grandmother. I got songs about my mother. I got songs about my family. I got songs about my past. I got songs about where I'm trying to go. So I think I've covered ground in so many areas. You know what I mean? But it does leave some room for some creativity. Something will hit me that I've never done before, and I'll try it. You know.
If someone had time to hear only 3 Smoov G songs, which 3 songs would you recommend and why for each song?
You said 3. Damn, you know I got 1,000 of them motherfuckers.
3.
Damn. I would say. That's a hard one. Yeah. I got a song called King Solomon on Pay Homage 3. And if you read about King Solomon in the Bible, you know, I feel like my life is kind of comparable to that. You know what I mean? His ups and his downs in the Bible, so on and so forth. So that's one of them. I would say, let's see.
King Solomon.
King Solomon is the first one. The second one would be Calamity is Boss. You know what I mean? And that's on Silent Alpha. I think it's the first song on Silent Alpha. It's called Calamity is Boss. It's me just, it's almost like someone entering to my mind. You know what I'm saying? You know how you go throughout your day and you're thinking about so many different things?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what that song's about. You know what I mean? It's also about, you know, the pain and the suffering that we witness and go through in America, so on and so forth. And it's just me kind of like narrating a small movie. So yeah, Calamity is Boss is the second one. The third one, I would say, the third one, I would say, I'd have to give it to the song that I got with Tino Ali on our last project, and it's called "Let It Breathe." You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a song that's explaining about life, man. Like, you know, you don't got to hold on to the bullshit, man. Let it breathe, man. Live a little bit, man. Stay away from the negativity, man. That's what Let It Breathe stands for. So, yeah, that song right there is just, I would say those 3 songs. Yeah.
You've spent years representing Iowa. How does the Des Moines hip hop scene evolved since you first started?
Man, you know what? I'm so proud of these young artists, man. Like, I can't say enough, man. Like, I seen the new XXL freestyle, and I'm like, damn, dog. I said, these dudes is trash as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then I just thought about all the young artists that we have today, and you know, in the city, and how good they are. And I'm thinking, like, dog, the world is really missing out on the talent that we got. Now, when me and Trip and all them and Ray West was coming up, I kind of felt that we needed a little bit more time to catch up to the level of talent that we seen. Like, you know, like when we was coming, it was like X and Nas and Jay. Like, you know, we really got to be like some straight up giants in order to get into the industry and be able to compete.
Yeah.
But today I feel that these younger guys are better than the ones I see in the industry. So the scene has changed drastically, and these guys have gotten way better than I would say than we were when we was around their age. You know what I mean? So yeah, the scene has changed drastically. I like what they're doing, you know, and I love all of them, man. All the way down to Fly Life, man, to Quincy King, man, to Flea, to Bobby Vuelo, man. The list goes on, man. I love all of them, man, for real. Like, I really, really, really mean that with the sincerity of my heart. These dudes is ready. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if anybody out there watching, man, the city is ready, man. These guys is ready. So yeah, I think that the scene has changed, and it's changed for the better.
Who do you think has potential to be the next breakout artist from Des Moines?
Right now, you know, I can see Fly Life being a breakthrough, and I'm gonna tell you why. He reminds me of a young Smoov G, because he's not making no excuses. He's not asking for no handouts. I see him doing his own shows. I seen him putting up his own dough. I see him doing things on an independent level, and doing it without fussing. You know what I'm saying? And so when I see that, I'm like, yeah. I think he's the one. You know what I mean? He's the one. Because a lot of these guys are talented, but they're not a one-man machine. You know what I'm saying? And I see him being a one-man machine, and he's doing it the way that you're supposed to do it, instead of asking a label to give me a deal. So yeah, I think Fly Life is, you know, if he continues to keep doing what he's doing, I see great things in his future.
You've collaborated with artists like Big Ray West, Test One, D-Man, Mark Divine, CP, D Steel, Midwest Dave, Music Marlon, AR the Prophet, Rome Oliver. Who do you look for when you're doing a collaboration?
Well, I have a Iowa versus them mentality. You know what I mean? So one thing that you always, if you're from the city or even you're from the state, you know what I'm saying, I'm always willing to give a verse or two. You know what I mean? Even if I think that you're not even, you know, half as nice as a writer or as an MC, just because I have a us against them mentality, I always come through when somebody asks for a verse if you're from the city. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my way of contributing to, especially the youth. You know what I mean? So I'm always ready and available if they need a verse.
Which collaborations, like when you about to work with certain folks, which people challenge you the most creatively? Like, who do you know that when you fuck with them, you got to bring your A game type of shit?
Man, you already know, man. I would say two names, but my brother Sean Wayne and Trip Shelton.
Shout out Trip.
Yes, you know what I mean? Like, man, Trip is so precise with his flow, you know what I'm saying? And he's mastered it so well that you know that if you get on the track with him, and if you don't bring your 100%, like he can beat you with his 20%, and you're 100.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you better bring 100 every time, straight up. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, dog, he's gonna eat your food, man. Straight up. He's that type of MC. So he's one of those guys where I know that, okay, you know, it's you better put on your cape, homie, because you in for a long ride with this one. You know what I'm saying? But that's challenging to me. So, you know, shout out to Trip, man. He's one of those guys.
So your group, Smoov Corporate, record your whole record label and group, they showcases a lot of talent. How important is it for you to help build the Iowa scene?
Well, that was my goal from the jump, because at first I wasn't even doing that much rapping. I was trying to put my brothers on, Sean Wayne and D Steel, and then I added Flea, I added G, I added, you know, C-Tech, all of those guys. I added, you know, a few more guys too, but that was my whole goal, and that's my goal now, is to push the younger guys in a direction that's going to help them be successful. You know what I mean? So that was the thing back then when I started Smoov Criminal Entertainment, that is now Smoov Corporate Entertainment. It was about showcasing the guys that are young and that was coming up.
What is the state of Smooth Corporate Entertainment as far as musically? Like, do you still have a roster of artists? And if you do, are they still active? Can we expect any new music from them?
Well, Sean Wayne and D Still, you know, they got some things in the works right now. But other than that, man, it's like another thing that I do too. Like even everybody that was under the Smooth Criminal umbrella, if you feel that you can do more somewhere else, then I let them guys, I let them do that. You know what I mean? So on and so forth.
Absolutely.
And so, and I still support them as if they still underneath the same flags. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So that was my goal. But I also wanted to leave a legacy, so on and so forth, so on and so with with the younger guys, and I think that's what I did. You know.
So going forward, we can expect new music from
From Sean Wayne and D Still, you know what I mean, and definitely, I got more shit coming. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, what does success look like for an independent artist in 2026?
I say, like for myself, another reason why I do the music because I found new ways on how to monetize. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different ways on how to monetize your music. You can do it through merch. Make sure that you're getting your royalties through BMI or ASCAP. Make sure you're getting your royalties as far as DistroKid or whatever distributor that you're going through. There's so many different ways on how you can make money through the music, and I found like a niche that I'm still learning, but I've learned enough that it got me like, okay, let me keep on going because I think I have something going here. So yeah, that's one of the things that monetizing off of it keeps me independent. You know what I mean?
How important is it for you to help build the Iowa scene?
It's important that I contribute to it. You know what I mean? But it's going to take a collective. We have to have that mentality of us against them, because you got to think about it. We're so small that I feel that's the only way we can do it. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody has, the torch like the Younger had it at one point, and you see Fly Life doing what he's doing, we should get behind that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the OGs. We definitely need to get behind these younger artists. And so my thing about it is like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's about getting behind the younger artists and pushing them forward.
What legacy do you want to leave for Iowa hip hop?
I want the legacy of, I want the world to know that, man, shit, we just as dope as the rest of the world, man. Y'all need to catch the fuck on, straight up. That's the legacy I want to leave. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be me. If somebody else gets on, then it almost feels like we all got on. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. So the legacy is I just wanted to contribute, whether it's somebody that's close to me or whether they're not. I want them, to know that, the legacy is us as a whole, and not just Smoov G.
Why do you still rap?
Like I said, I gotta stay creative, man. I gotta stay creative. If not, I'll probably drive myself crazy if I don't. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we have everyday routine that we have to do. And if you're not doing something artistic to free your mind, to stay in a creative space that kind of, keeps you positive, keeps you going, then I feel sorry for the people who aren't being creative. I do, because your life is, to me, that's a boring life to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're doing videography. I don't care if you're painting. I don't care if you're doing plays. I don't care if you're rapping, singing. Do something artistic so your life doesn't your life doesn't move in simulation. You know what I mean? You're not just doing the same thing. Get up, go to work, eat, lay down, pay bills. Same thing. So now, somebody who's doing that plus doing art, your life is a lot more colorful than the average person. So that's why I continue to rap.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Looking at the mainstream hip hop scene, what are your thoughts of the younger generation of artists right now?
I think with the younger artists, they have a hard time of paying homage to the people who created this shit. And because of that, they don't think like the elements of it that matter, like lyricism, they're kind of like getting away from that, and you know, that's one of the things that it'll ruin the whole genre if we let this shit get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this AI bullshit. And so I would like to see, and there's a lot of younger MCs out there that they're not getting the recognition, but I would like to see it to be at balance. You know, you can have like the wavy MCs that, you know, do the auto tunes and do whatever, but we also have to have a balance of, you know, some ones who got the lyrical ability that, that the game, requires. And so,
for the soul.
that
teaches something.
Yeah, so I just want to see a balance, you know what I mean, especially in the industry, because right now it's 90% trash to me, straight up.
How comfortable are you with the next generation carrying this torch?
I think after the Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, I think it's over with. Just because a lyrical MC is not going to get TikToks, and you know what I mean, it's not going to get the, the shock value. It's just pure talent. And pure talent doesn't go in these days. It's about shock value. And I mean, if y'all listen to the new XXL freestyle with these young dudes, you'll see what I'm saying. Some of them didn't even rap. They were just saying, yeah. I'm thinking like, dog, what has this come to? And you got DJ Drama back there. I'm thinking like, what has this shit come to, man? Just yeah and you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, dog. Like, I think after Kendrick, Drake, and Cole, I think we're in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Is street culture and rap beginning to fade, or is it simply evolving?
It's starting to fade because what's happening is that these young guys are putting their real life into their music, and so when you start catching RICO charges and shit, and people start to telling and snitching, and so on and so forth, like we've been seeing play out in this last couple of years, people are Gucci Man snitching, Gunner snitching, Young Thug snitching, so on and so forth. So now you're getting it like, okay, some of these guys ain't as street and as tough as they put in their music. And then not only that though, it killed the street elements, the vibe.
Stop snitching policy is dead.
The streets is dead in general, I think. You know what I mean? And I was once a part of that shit. So, but I think right now that the game is so much the game is so all over the board now that I think that it's pretty much a wrap. So I think the street element, because they don't give the game, like I was talking about earlier, with it, I think the street element is dying. And because so many people died off the shit, I think it needs to die. Yeah. Straight up. Because ain't nobody out here real anyway. You can tell about, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody out here really holding up upholding the streets and the codes of the streets like they used to. You know what I mean? It's dead. And I'm glad it is, because I'm tired of these young kids killing each other over this shit.
This is a struggle I have, okay? We in hip hop we expect rappers to be gangster and be street, but at the same time we have this policy of no snitching, don't put everything on the internet. But at the same time, when you rap, everything you say better be real. Like it's crazy, man.
Well, like I said,
the mental gymnastics you got to do to be a street nigga and rap is crazy to me.
You don't even need a Vlad anymore right now.
Well.
It's all on their own record.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you have to continue to keep telling people about what you did in the streets or how gangster you are, to me, I just think that you're not gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Is it possible to be fully in the streets and then fully in the music?
Yes, you know what I'm saying. You got to think about it. Somebody like Kendrick Lamar, who grew up in the heart of Compton.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like his music. Even though he's been around gangbanging his whole life, his music doesn't reflect that. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a real gangster. See, there's a difference between somebody who's aware, who knows how to navigate between the bullshit, and somebody who's a victim of it. And a lot of these guys that y'all see be rapping and shit like that, they're nothing but victims. You know what I'm saying? They're not real street guys. A real street guy is aware. Oh, damn, let me go this way because I know the shit be kicking off over here. You know what I mean? Like I have a rule even when I go to clubs. I come in late and I leave early. Why? Because most of the bullshit either starts before the club starts or usually when the club ends. So I have a certain way that I move.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but the average street dude is just gonna call you scary.
Oh well, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
They're just gonna say you're scared. And to a young man, ego. They feel like they have something to prove.
Well,
you can't be getting called scary.
In my opinion, unfortunately, a lot of those people that are acting in those manners were losing.
Yeah, they're losing.
I agree.
They're losing.
agree.
And that's what I'm saying. So you can call me whatever you want to, but see, I'm really from that element. So I can look about how somebody walks, talks, thinks, and I can tell if you're really from that element or not. You know what I'm saying?
Did you always have that maturity, or did you have to grow that?
I had to grow. It's something that I've learned over the years. You know what I mean?
I had the thought process of, and this is just something that I realized a little bit older in my life, that even through biblical times, the story was told by the man smart enough to survive long enough to tell his story, not the man beating his chest the hardest.
Exactly, and that was my point right there. My point is that if you can survive, then to me that's a real gangster.
I agree.
If you're taking care of your kids and your community, to me that is a real gangster, because it's easy to crash out. It's easy to kill your brother. It's easy to go in and out of jail, so on and so forth. Those are weak guys to me. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing about it is that, like I said, people got the wrong, when it comes down to streets, people got the wrong definition. They think it's a guy that's beating their chest, the guy that's got bullet wounds in their shit, the guy that carries the gun, the guy that did a bid, so on and so forth, the guy that sold drugs.
In a sense, it is though.
But in a sense, it's not though. It's not.
I agree. It goes both ways though.
Yeah. In a sense, it is not, because anybody can pick up a gun, right? Anybody can go in and out of jail. Anybody, but not everybody's handling their business though. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And to me, dog, like I've been around real guys that's in the streets that do some terrible things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sold the most drugs and did whatever, so on and so forth. But I've also been around some guys who was able to navigate through it, who are doing well in life. You know what I'm saying? And the same guys that I said that was doing all of that, they either doing life in prison or they gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the guys who was able to navigate, they're living, they're taking care of their kids, they're doing well in life. And so to me, that I changed my definition. That is the real gangster. The one who cops out, the one who has something to prove. Man, that's sucker shit to me, man.
So why does our community, in your opinion, why does our community praise negativity so much and frown upon positivity?
Well, my thing is that I think that a lot of it kind of stems from, like, I would say like the like slavery, things like that. You know, they would have us go against each other, you know,
For sure.
during those times. And so we have that mentality that I can't be something unless I step on the person who looks just like me. You know what I mean? So that mentality is stuck with us all the way up until today. And I think that we should start showing a lot more love, man, you know what I'm saying, towards each other. And I hate the way that we think. I hate the way that the music comes out. I hate the way that the black on black crime with these kids and shit like that. You know, those are the things that's, because somebody that's in the grave right now could have been the next president or the next person to cure cancer. You never know. But I hate it, man. I do. You know what I mean? I do. I hate that we think like that, for real. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on AI and music?
Terrible.
Good question.
Terrible. You know what I'm saying? Terrible. You know what I mean? It's an easy way. You know what? I think that they created auto-tunes. That was just like an experiment to try to bring the AI bullshit in. You know, I think that they said, you know, if a motherfucker can't sing, shit, I can give him auto-tunes. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker can't rap, I can just give him auto-tunes. And so now we up to this point right now where a motherfucker can just be a straight up character that's fake as hell, that can sing your hook and write your raps, all types of shit. You know what I mean? So what does that do to the creative? You know what I'm saying? To the people who are creatives. You know, it's almost like a force against us now. You know what I mean? So I tell people all the time, man, like, dog, hey man, don't send me no AI shit, dog, for real, because that's not.
Guy. Ain't nobody feeling more pressed about AI than the video guy. I'll tell you right now.
You know, I'm starting to see it on.
The flyer guy feels worse than I do.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that. And
I'm sorry, flyer guy.
And
you feeling it worse than I am.
The flyer guy, but it's even on album covers now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get tired of the album cover AI. Let's go back to the original shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the album covers used to be the dopest shit on albums and shit like that. So let's get back to the original music, which means it comes from your own soul, your own mind, and let's get back to the original covers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like at flyers, I don't give a fuck. You know, that's cool. But as far as artistry, dog, fuck AI, dog. A campaign, fuck AI, man. Straight up.
I understand AI in some aspects of marketing and things like that cut costs because these people are just going to cut costs regardless. I understand that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't really. There's nothing. I don't seek out AI content. I don't seek out anything that would be specific to AI. But I know that it has its place.
Yeah, it does.
In usefulness and whatever it may be. I think in music, music is all about authenticity, and it takes away that format of it.
Yes.
And I fear that at some point they will just lift the banner for AI entirely to where you won't even be able to. It won't be marked anymore as AI music, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel that it's starting to blend already so much, you know, because they're just starting to, like you've stated, you know, use it as writing and use it as things that just completely really kind of go against the whole point of what art is, right?
Yeah, that's true, man.
I understand using instruments, and I don't want to be the guy that is yelling because I think the guitar isn't too, you know what I mean, advanced and that, you know, historically. I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like there's a definite line with how advanced it is, that it's taking over more than just as a tool. It's doing more than just, you know, it's taking over the creativity process for you.
I'm of the belief that we've already been subjected to AI way before we already knew it.
Yeah.
I think AI has been involved in the music industry. We're just now being aware of the technology.
Oh, you mean every top 10 song over the past?
See, but
I think it's possible.
but see,
I think so too.
I think they've had the technology for a very long
right.
time.
But if you listen to what I'm saying though, is that when they brought in auto-tunes, that was the experiment. Auto-tune's been around for how long now? Like maybe 10, 12 years? Maybe longer than that. Maybe like 15 years, right?
I mean,
I think the original
technically,
all the way back from.
Well, I know Zapp and Rogers and stuff like that, but I'm talking about as far as rap when it became popular.
The machine, you know, they put that big straw in their
right.
mouth. And
but like as far as like what like the preset and like the or the are you talking about the popularity of the music?
Yes, the popularity of auto-tunes.
That style of music.
I feel that that's an experiment to where AI is at today.
Yeah.
Because that they say, okay, I can take your voice, that's not really your voice, and then make it kind of like sound computerized and shit.
Yeah.
Well, now in the future, I can really make some computerized shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And take you out of it.
Yeah, and take you out the picture. And that's exactly what we do. That's where we at right now. So you're right. You know what I'm saying? They was on that years and years ago.
Yeah.
But I feel that the auto-tune shit was an experiment to where we at today as far as this fake music. But now I do believe in using AI when it comes down to like information. Like I've learned a lot of things that I need to do as far as the music. And, you know, I went straight to Chat GPT and Clyde and all that shit. So I've learned so much music wise by using it like that as far as business.
Yeah.
But as far as creativity, man, keep that shit away from that, man, for real.
Will there ever come a time when Smoov G decides to stop rapping?
Oh, it's soon. It's coming.
Shit.
Yeah, it's coming. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where I'm not gonna be like announcing the shit. It's just gonna be one of those things when you kind of feel and you know type shit. You know what I mean? See, like every day, dog, I get requests from younger artists. Smoov, can you get on my shit? Smoov or a producer, man, let's do a collab, so on and so forth. So I feel like I'm very much needed. You know what I mean? More than just for my own shit. And so as long as I'm very much needed around, you know, amongst my peers, amongst the younger guys, you know what I'm saying? That'll keep me going. But once that starts to die, yes, once that starts to die, then I can chill and then go on to something different.
So you won't be doing anything like announcing the last album?
Nope. None of that. You'll just look up one day and be like, damn, where the fuck Smoov at?
Right.
Yep, just like that, yep.
So tell us about your upcoming collaboration project with Tino Ali, We Still Here.
Man.
What can fans expect?
Man, I think it's people have been calling it a classic. You know what I mean? Tino Ali is somebody I highly respect. I've been knowing him for a long time. He's a real stand-up dude. And one thing that people don't know about him, man, he is highly intelligent. Highly intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the street side fool you, man. That kid knows a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's actually shown me a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So I like what he's doing with his sons and things of that nature. But yeah, we put together an album. It came together real easy. He's talking about his perspective from the West. I'm talking about my perspective from the East. And it just came together, man, like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like it just came together very easy, man. So salute to Block Boy. Salute to you know, my boy Tino Ali and the rest of the crew. Yes.
Name 2 of your favorite records off the album.
Best Investment and Duality. Those are the top 2.
You're also working with CP, Heartless, and Mark Divine.
Yes.
What excites you most about these upcoming releases?
Man, CP is probably one of the best singers I've ever heard come out of Iowa. Yeah. Straight up.
Shout out to the golden voice.
Yes, like he has the Bruno Mars talent. Like, I'm not just saying that, you know what I mean? I've told him, you know, privately, and I'm telling everybody, you know what I'm saying, publicly. You know what I mean? He has that type of voice. So I'm very excited about the project that we got. Mark Divine, he's another top tier lyricist. You know what I mean? You have your A, B, and your C, he's A. You know what I'm saying? He's A. You know what I mean? And he's another one that he challenges me when I get on, you know, when we get on the mic.
Yeah.
But he's I'm excited about that project because now I'm getting back into my lyrical bag, because a lot of people think that I've left that since the last 2 projects I've done. I kind of like scaled back on the lyrical, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting back into that what's called, so they about to see the other Smoov G again, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So, but and he said, who was the third one? You said
Heartless.
CP? Heartless, yes. Heartless, man, he's somebody I've been wanting to work with for a long time. I had to get the Velvet album out the way. You know what I mean? I had to get these albums that I got, you know, coming up out the way. But he sent me a beat pack that I'm about to dive into. And his beats are going to challenge me in a way that I think that the people are going to love, because it's going to bring something out of me that's going to bring something out of him. And I don't think he's never dealt with an MC of my caliber before. So, you know what I mean? I think that is going to enhance, you know, his sound. Yeah.
We got Heartless coming down to GFG TV.
Shout out
Salute.
Heartless.
Salute to Heartless, man. A king around here.
So if you could create one dream collaboration with any artist, past or present, who would it be and why?
Local or?
Let's do both.
Okay. A project, you said? A whole project. Well,
Dream collaboration. Let's do local and superstar.
I would have to say the dream local. It had to be with Ray West, man. He been ducking me for years and shit, man. I've been telling Ray, man, let's get it together, man. He been ducking me, man. Let's go, man. It was good, man. But yeah, right. I think that definitely before I put the mic down, I definitely want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then as far as signed, it would have to be somebody that's going to challenge me. I wouldn't mind doing something like with like a Benny the Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I for sure thought you would say somebody like AZ.
I can do AZ too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But Benny the Butcher, because
that was fire.
Yeah, he would bring a different side of me.
Both of those.
Yeah.
Be fire.
Yeah, he would bring out a different side of me. You know what I'm saying? But AZ for sure, because he's a smooth guy like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that shit would match good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ask everybody this, man. We're gonna do this basketball style.
Okay.
You're the coach of an NBA team.
All right.
Head coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need a roster, 5 starters. Okay. These 5 starters, you're gonna put them in the studio, and they're gonna take on the planet to make the hottest music in the world.
Okay.
They need to be from Iowa.
Yeah.
Who's your starting 5?
Okay. And I've said this to you, so it's not because you're in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you, though, like your pen been on fire, bro. Like, dog, you've mastered your shit, dog, for real. So give me Ray West.
Respect.
Give me Tino Ali.
OG.
Give me Flea the Genius. Give me Armand Diggs.
Diggs the beat.
One more. One more. Give me Bobby Vlalo. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Give me those. Yeah, right there. That's it. Yeah.
3 recommendations to eat in Des Moines.
Oh, you already know La Familia is one of them. La Familia. Lucky Lotus, man. You know what I'm saying? I love Lucky Lotus, man. That shit's fire.
What you be getting there?
I be getting like the chicken fried rice, but they make it different from everybody else. It's like cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's real clean. You know what I mean? Like, cause I try to eat clean now that I'm getting older.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Lucky Lotus. And who would be my third spot? I like homegrown too. I like their breakfast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Homegrown too.
Yeah, homegrown. Yeah, it be snapping. Yeah.
I like homegrown.
Yeah. So yeah, those are 3 spots. La Familia, cause they got the best tacos in the world. You know what I'm saying? Lucky Lotus, they got the best, Asian cuisine that you can, find. And then definitely, yeah. You know what I mean? Definitely homegrown. I think they got the best breakfast.
All right, we're gonna hit you with some rapid fire.
Okay.
East side or west side?
What you mean? What you mean? you can't spell the West without the ES. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them then.
Yeah. But no, it's all love, man. I'm both, man.
It's all love and games. It's all love and games.
Yeah. But so I gotta choose one.
Yeah.
It's like drink championship with my liquor, man. Like, it's all East Side all day, man. You know what I mean? That's what made me, man. East Side, but love to the West though. Yeah?
Studio session or a live performance?
Studio sessions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really strong. Like, I don't do shows today because I'm not really strong as far as show wise. I'm a smooth guy, man. So me jumping up and down on stage, man, it's not my character. You know what I mean? But when it comes to that pen, yes. So yeah, I'm definitely in studio guy. Yes.
Nas or Scarface?
Ooh, man, I love them both, man. But Nas is my favorite rapper, man.
Tupac or KRS-One?
I love them both, man. I gotta go with Tupac.
Wu-Tang or 8 Ball and MJG?
I love them both, but I gotta go with Wu-Tang, baby. Yes.
Pen and pad or phone notes?
I do both. But as of lately, I've been on my phone though. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just say it instead of writing that shit down and then boom, it's there.
Morning studio session or late night studio session?
Morning. That's when I go in. You know what I mean? Your mind is. I think it's sharpest in the morning time. You know
Favorite
what I mean?
album you've made?
Favorite album I've made? East Side or Nothing.
One word that describes Iowa hip hop?
The best right now. You said one word?
One word.
Best.
Favorite meal after recording?
After recording, probably some salmon. You know what I'm saying? Salmon and rice. I told you I eat clean, man.
One artist everyone should be listening to?
Right now? Local? You say? One artist? I say Fly Life. Yeah.
One things fans don't know about you?
What they don't know is that, man, I'm a very respectful person until you show me different. You said one thing though? Okay, yeah. I'm a well-rounded, respectful person. Yeah.
Top 5 female MCs, no explanations, just names.
Female MCs? Gimme Roxanne Shante. Give me Roxanne Shante. Give me Lauryn Hill for show. Yeah. Give me Foxy Brown and Rhapsody and Shay Noir.
So we'll do finish this sentence. Hip hop is
Life.
Iowa deserves
To be the fuck on, man. Straight up. We ready.
success means
Health.
loyalty is
Everything.
the streets taught me
The streets taught me it taught me the difference between what's real and what's fake.
my biggest lesson was
Everybody is not your friend.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hope fans remember
That I try to set a mark in the blueprint for the city to follow.
The next generation needs to
study the past, artists and MCs and singers, whatever it may be. Study the past, yes.
I refuse to
be a sucker at anything that I do in life.
Before I leave this earth, I want to
show my kids, man, that I try to change the trajectory, of the generational curses for the better.
Are there any misunderstandings about Smoov G that you've always wanted to get the record straight on?
Misunderstandings. Yeah. Well, there's a few things, man. Like one of the misunderstanding things is that like I said, I'm very respectful, I'm very peaceful, I'm very calm. But I also have a side to me, like if you cross me, that I don't think people want to deal with. Yep.
If you could leave your fans and anyone chasing a dream with one message, what would it be?
Man, live your life, man. Live your life, because you only got one of these motherfuckers. And once it's gone, it's gone. And I think that we should live every day like that. Yeah.
I know you said you don't do live performances,
right.
But what is your opinion of rappers that rap over vocals?
If you go by the rules of the MCing that we used to go by, that's like a no-no. That's a straight up no-no. But if you onto that auto-tune shit, whatever shit, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's not real rap to me anyway. So shit, if you want to sing over your shit, sing over your shit. But if you a lyricist, that's a no-no. No, that's a no-no, because it takes away from your MCing when you have something in the background. You know what I'm saying? Rapping over your top vocals and shit. So nah, show them what you look like in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why it's important for you not to rap over your vocals.
What's the last show you've been to, and what's the first show you ever been to?
What's the last show that I've done or been to? Period.
Attended as a just in the audience, came to listen to the show.
I went to Freddie Gibbs when he was here. That was the last one, and the first one that I went to.
Do you want to link anything you got coming up?
Yeah, I got a project with Marcus Heartless Moore coming up. I got a project with CP coming up. I got another project with Tino Ali. I got a project with Mark Divine. I got a project with XO. Me and him was working on something else right now. Yeah, those are the ones that I'm working on right now. So yeah.
Where can people find your content?
You can find my content anywhere, any of the streaming platforms. I got my own clothing line, Smooth Criminal Streetwear. So if y'all get a chance, just go to smoothcriminalstreetwear.com, and I got the gear, whatever you need, so on and so forth. And so yeah, you'll be able to find it everywhere, man. I'm everywhere, man. I'm everywhere. Shit. Yeah.
Well, we thank you for sitting down with us here at GFG TV.
Man, appreciate you. Salute Kings.